so majestic and beautiful up here. I mean, I've been in this area a lot, but I've never been in this area this late in the season, and it's just on the touch, on the brink of having a foreboding feeling, because I mean, I know the area really well. I know right where I am. I know exactly how to get back to the truck multiple ways. There's no real mountain area that I've ridden more than this. So there's that. But you've got to feel the temperature right now. Like, if I could pull you through through the computer or phone screen and let you feel what I'm feeling with this chilled air. There's a crispness and a chill to it that I haven't felt before. And I've been up here when it was cold, but this is next level cold. The ground is frozen and unforgiving. There's a little bit of precipitation coming down when I stop. Ice crystals kind of hitting me. And I mean, the wilderness is a crazy thing. So I feel at home, but I also feel like the mountain is just about to say, enough, Kyle. I'm gonna rest for a season. I'm gonna go into winter, and you can't be here when I do that. At least not in this form. If I came with a snowmobile for backcountry skiing or whatever, I mean, but this is pretty stinking rugged terrain right in this spot, some of these spots. Yeah, snowmobiles can do it. Snow bikes can do it. And yeah, I've snow biked a couple of times. I haven't loved it. I'd rather dirt bike. I'd rather drive south into southern Utah, northern Arizona, and do some dirt biking. Heck, we can even do it in eastern and western Utah in the wintertime. You just can't really do it in the north in the wintertime. But yeah, interesting feeling that I'm having right now with nature in a very familiar place with a little bit of an unfamiliar feeling or tone to it, if that makes any sense. A little bit of a lookout area. You know, I've said this before, and here I'm out on the GasGas EC 300. I've said this before, but every trail takes on kind of its own persona and a life of its own, depending on what direction you're traveling. A lot of people from outside the area are surprised to learn that many of the trails that I ride in the West, almost all the trails I ride in the West, are multi-directional, meaning you can go both ways. Now that creates some head-on collision opportunities. I make it sound like it's such a great thing, right? Head-on collision opportunity. But anyway, so you got to be careful. Today there's like nobody out here. Oh, there's a buck right there, just a little 2-point. Anyway, so it creates that opportunity you got to be careful about. But then the other thing that it does is it gives you, like, the trails are completely different going one way versus the other. Now I gotta take some, oh boy, that is slick. They take on a life of their own. This is suddenly gonna get really interesting, but they take on a life of their own, the opposite direction. So you go one way, it has a certain feel. You go the other way, it can have a totally different flow, and it usually does. This trail is so fun to just cruise, but now that I've got snow, I'm being a lot more careful. Also making sure not to go down anything that I don't know I can come back up, because of the possibility that I would have to, like, run into something I couldn't get around and have to completely backtrack. So I'm doing kind of a little loop here, planned loop, a backwards loop, backwards of the way that I normally would go. And let's take some control there, some core control down in this slick rut. I am descending, and so gotta get out of the snow level. We're gonna get this place is gonna get completely pounded with snow, I believe, tomorrow, and it'll be completely and wholly inaccessible to dirt bikes. I can see whoever was going the opposite direction was paddling there quite a bit, because that's a north-facing slope. But see, now we get into this stuff where it's not north-facing, and now we can open it up. It's still not like crazy good traction. It's funny because the dirt looks amazing. It looks like chocolate cake. Problem is it's frozen, so yeah, that means I can't just send it as much because I'm not getting the type of traction I normally would. Sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not, so yeah, it's a little bit skatey because your tires aren't actually digging in. And then the other thing is the tires are bloody cold. I wonder what the temperature of the tires are. Like, what do they get? Do they heat up? I mean, they heat up some. I know, because your air pressure increases as you go a little bit. But on a day as cold as it is, I wonder, with the ground being so cold, I wonder if you get less temperature in your tires. That'd be an interesting thing to do a study on. I don't know how I would do that. It'd be hard to control for environmental factors, I believe, in a test such as that.